Yesterday, I released a video about the Epstein files and the UN getting hold of them. And it's the first I'd seen the Epstein files in the news cycle in a while. Even though the news was old, as it was pointed out to me, I didn't hear about it until yesterday. Of course, I'm not really eagle-eyeing that subject. It's very distressing for me. And maybe part of the reason it's out of the news cycle, but I know a bigger part of the reason it's out of the news cycle. We all do. Anyway, about this UN involvement, I'll give you I'm going to pull up this article. United Nations News. It's called The Epstein Files. Rights experts demand accountability, call for probe into trafficking allegations. No, I have to put the glasses on. Okay. I'm just going to read a few excerpts. There's some quotes in here. Yeah, these experts, quote, warned over continuing violence of patriarchal power systems. Yeah. Transparent investigation call. We are gravely concerned by the credible allegations in the Epstein files of systematic trafficking of young women and girls for the purpose of sexual exploitation, and we call for a full and transparent investigation, these two experts say. This is really disturbing stuff, and I'm really glad the UN has it. A lot of people say don't like the UN. I'm glad that experts from the UN are looking at it. They weren't hired by the UN. I think this is a good quote from this article as well. Culture of impunity. The failure to ensure accountability perpetuates a culture of impunity that disproportionately harms women and girls and undermines the promise of equal protection under international human rights law. Quote, victims and survivors must be at the center of effective trauma-informed and gender-sensitive responses to trafficking in persons. Quote, they must guarantee medical assistance, including reproductive and sexual health services, psychosocial assistance, and long-term social inclusion and recovery measures. Action long overdue. States bear the obligation to act, and that obligation is long overdue. So it's an interesting little article, and there is a lot more on the UN site about this, actually. I'll look at how many articles are there and post them. So I found 4 articles on the Epstein files on the UN site. That's UN News. Yeah, you have to go to United Nations News and search in order to find anything. It's not on the regular United Nations site. It is on United Nations News. I will post a link. This is very depressing stuff for me. It's overwhelming for all of us. It raises a lot of anger. And yeah, I'm going to mention Trump. He's our president. This is very distressing for me. It's very distressing for a lot of us. It's out of the news cycle, which makes me mad. It should be right up front in the news cycle. But I think news outlets realize that people are just traumatized from hearing about this stuff. But I don't think we can let up on these people. Money buys them this freedom. It's very distressing. Anybody involved in hurting children this way should be held accountable, should be prosecuted. The patriarchy has not done us any favors. Just from the comments, I got a lot of comments that were very nasty yesterday. Very distressing. Thanks.